I've been feeling or thinking a lot about my kid and how he's labeled a deeply feeling kid, DFK, essentially. Then I was thinking about how I'm also, obviously being his mom, that's where it started, essentially. And I was thinking that's really where intuition resides and where it's born, I should say. And then I was thinking about astrology and how astrology is literally intuition. It's almost as long as we don't get wrapped up into the drama of it, the way of it being predictive. Because I feel like as soon as we do it predictive, then we get in fear, and then we're just totally scared by it, especially if it's not, stellar. So I haven't wanted to voice this because in fear of, it coming true, and I was just like, I just felt like I can't handle anything else. And I had this, I don't want to call it premonition, but awareness that, and I'm saying not premonition because I don't like things that, I don't like fortune telling. I don't really believe in it because everything changes, and I just feel like we change, and it's like, what's the point? But I had this awareness that, and this was like at least 6 months ago, that something about our vehicle in Florida, that something was going to happen with our car, just something that's going to happen with our car. I don't know what that meant. And it was going to happen in September, and I got really kind of anxious about it, because at the time we only had one vehicle, and we actually really need two because of having children and schedules and everything else. And then we ended up being basically gifted in a way another vehicle through a trade. And but they're both used vehicles, very used vehicles. So something happening to the car could very well be, correct. And I didn't know at this time, I'm in Alaska, I didn't know at this time I was going to be going back to Florida in September. So I didn't understand why September. I'm like, I'm not even going to be there. Why would I care? What would I? But something was seriously going to happen, and I felt that, and I didn't know what that meant or what, and it's been scaring me. And now I've been thinking about it and trying to have maybe a different conversation. So why I was talking about my kid, of a deeply feeling kid before, is that, and I'm obviously deeply feeling, is that, what if our feelings, are sometimes are subtle, like, are we responding or reacting? So if most of us are deeply feeling, and are we responding or reacting to that deep feeling, which is also, in my world, intuition. And a lot of times as a parent, you have to be able to not react to your kids' giant outbursts that they're throwing things and telling you horrible stuff and whatever. And that's extremely hard to just see them as this child having really big feelings and emotions that they can't do anything about except express and still love them through it and not react at all, even when it's so personal. And that takes a lot of chutzpah, I don't know what to call it. It takes a lot of real work on our part. And so this is how I did it, is I've been practicing on myself. And so I have this feeling about, now September is about to come up. And then all of a sudden I hear it from an astrologer who I just adore. And she said specifically on my husband's astrology, and don't forget, we always listen to our ascendant first. You always listen to your ascendant astrology first, because your ascendant is how it's kind of like your cover story, and so, and it's also temporary. So when obviously horoscopes are temporary, and so when you're listening to a temporary thing, you always listen to your ascendant, and then you listen to your sun sign. So I was listening to it, and then I was listening to my husband's. Actually, I was listening to his son, and pretty much in every one it had glimmers of it, but really in his sun sign one, it talked about it, and it said you're probably gonna have to get a new car, or something's gonna happen with your vehicle. And I was like, no, like don't say that. And we're going through a major financial stressor, like beyond that possibly imaginable, which I'm not going to discuss now. But so this is something that I am like biting my lip about and being like, I don't want to even talk about it in my mind. Like, just it's uncomfortable because I don't know, and I'm not. If I was supposed to know, I would know, and I'm very good with that. I'm good with not knowing. I've practiced not knowing until it's ready, until the information needs to be presented, because knowing is pretty much overrated in my opinion. We only need to know what we can handle essentially at this time. And knowing comes in very neutrally. It's never emotional. It doesn't have an opinion, to be very honest. It's almost preparatory in a way to prepare our nervous system so it doesn't overreact, so it doesn't respond as a reaction to a deep feeling. So then I noticed, I was like, isn't it interesting that I never think of the positive of it? We always go to like, oh gosh, prepare. We got to get a new car, figure out financially how we could even afford that. Or I'm going to break down. Oh my gosh, is there an accident? Like, what's happening? And our mind goes to bonkers. And my mind started doing that. And that didn't feel good. So I realized that what if I just rewrote my reactional story? So I started feeling like something happened, and it was called for me to take action and do something where I'm like, I have no ability to do that. And then I rewrote the story. And it comes really quick too, I noticed. And so I said, what if this is about like, we really want to get like a trailer, like a RV trailer in Florida, so we can go places. I was like, what if it's that? Or, that's a vehicle, that's having to buy something because we're going to try to use it as a home office also. What if it's that? Or what if it's I don't know, tree falls on our truck or our car and we have to go get a new car. What if it's that? Which would suck. But, I don't know the bigger picture of it. I don't know why that's necessary. And I think that's the biggest thing is that we don't know and things do have to happen, but it's always, always, always in our benefit for our highest good. I take some of my most horrendous experiences and I look at them from a bird's eye view, from my highest self view, and not just what could come of this, but what's because of this. How is this actually helping me in so many different ways and leading me and guiding me and being my own spirit guide. My whole area right here is totally pulsing and like it feels like it's like waking up. Like my whole face feels like I have a tuning fork on it, especially in my third eye, but like all here. And again, that to me is a understanding that we're right on the money, Ding, 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 ding. So when you hear your astrology and when you go through life and you have premonitions, I really think that if we change our inner dialogue to being more about it's coming to our aid. This is, our little aid angels, in helping us because we can't control chaos. We're not meant to, and we're almost meant to work with, the clay of it and mold it to something really beautiful and continuum of that beauty, and we can mold it into whatever we want whenever we want. Yeah, those are my morning thoughts. Rise and shine.